Yes, it is summertime. Gonna be a hot one today, everybody. What's up? Welcome to the program. It's the Viktor Wilt Show. Hi. Sorry I wasn't here yesterday. You know, it happens from time to time. I wake up and go, I just can't do it. This morning was one of those days, but since I wasn't here yesterday, I pretty much had to be here today. I just went too hard on Wednesday night. Got wild. Wednesday night, surprised Becca and her daughter and took them to see Lindsey Stirling at the Mountain America Center. And there have been a handful of shows where I wake up the next day and no, not because I overdid it, but because the show, I think, the lights and flashing and the intensity, I don't know, it just messes up my brain. Wake up with, just the heads pounding, a little bit of vertigo action. Happened to me after Death Clock. Happened to me after a Sleep Token show. And it seems like there was one other. But Lindsey Stirling, yeah, super intense show. I mean, I knew it would be good. I'm a bit of a nerd. I like, proggy shows. So anytime you have really talented musicians just shredding it up, I am down to check that out. Lindsey Stirling, definitely very talented, very skilled, killer performer. The show is great, and I'd recommend it to any rock and metal fan. I thought she only did Christmas shows. This one was definitely not a Christmas show. You had the band PVRIS opening, and they were really good. It was awesome. It was an awesome time. Way crazier than I expected it to be. Looking through my Facebook comments today, I was very surprised at how many K-Bear people were at the show and how many people were happy we were posting videos about it. My homie Eric, though, he's like, she's faking it. She's playing the backing tracks. And we've talked about backing tracks on the show before. Backing tracks, in my personal opinion, enhance a show. They just beef up the sound a little bit. But she was definitely playing live. Because I heard mistakes here and there. And we were close enough to the stage, you could tell she was really playing. And yeah, even if she was playing over the top at times of backing tracks, which I don't know, the keyboardist guy who was also playing guitar and bass and such, he could have been running it. I don't know, but she was definitely playing. Was she playing the entire time? I don't know. I don't know, but the show was good enough for my taste. If she was faking it, she did a good job of covering it up. I've seen other bands where the singer is not really singing at all and they're just straight up running tracks. That's pretty embarrassing. But most bands in this day and age are playing over backing tracks. Pretty much all of them. You name your favorite band, they've got backing tracks going on. It just beefs up the sound, like I said. All right. Well, anyhow, I am going to try to get myself woke up for the day. Of course, had plenty of trouble getting to sleep last night. It's come on. I just got to do one day. One day I need to be supercharged, come in, kick some butt, and then enjoy the hot weekend we have ahead. It's actually, look at that here. See how miserable it's going to be. Okay, they've downgraded it a little bit. Just barely. Today, high at 98. Tomorrow, high at 98. The next day, high at 97. It's just going to be hot, okay? So if you need to do some yard work, do it in the early morning or evening, and make sure you're staying hydrated. Drink lots and lots of water, everybody. Yesterday, I did not drink enough water. I started feeling all... So do that, okay? Drink water. It's good for you. All right. We're getting this party started. It's Friday. Lieutenant Crane's going to be calling in for traffic school today, so we'll do that via phone, which is always a bit of a challenge, so I really need your help today, people. Make sure you call in for traffic school, powered by the Advocates Injury Attorneys, kicking off at 8:45. Somebody asked online, what's the secret about the industry you work in that customers shouldn't know, but that would completely change the way they spend their money? All right, this might be a good one because I need to save some dough. Yesterday was, well, a while ago was pay the bills day. Yesterday was actually get the job done, and that sucked. I get so anxious when it comes to pulling up some of those bills. Like, I don't even want to see the amounts that are on there. But, hey, the payments were made, at least. So, all right, what's a way I could save a little bit of dough? Oh, let's find out. This person says, I work in the trades. When getting estimates for work, cheaper is rarely better. Well, duh. No kidding. That's why radio sucks. They don't want to pay any of the really good talent anymore to actually be on air. They'll just, turn it into a jukebox or get an AI voice. All right, they say most expensive's probably ripping you off. Your best bet is often in the middle. Reputation should be your deciding factor, not price. All right, I would think that's sort of common sense, but I don't know. Maybe it needs to be pointed out to some people. This guy says, I work in online gambling. I know your full name, email, mobile number, full address, ID number, IP address, birth date, bank account number, and whatever security question you selected. Do yourself a favor and stay away from online gambling. Even without all of that information, I'd say stay away from online gambling. To me, it's kind of crazy that people have become able to gamble on their phone while sitting at home. A lot of people suffer with gambling addictions, and I mean, it should not be as easy as just, here we go. All right, access my bank account. Let's go ahead and empty it. I'm so glad that despite other things I may struggle with, that I don't have a gambling issue. That would certainly not help the old pocketbook. This person says, I've worked in a grocery store for 8 years. Wash your produce. I've seen people do the most disgusting things to produce, like everything from open mouth cough on the rack. Oh, gross. This person said they saw somebody wiped a booger on an ear of corn and let their toddlers just chew on carrots and put them back. What's wrong with people? Disgusting. Let's see, they also say I use white vinegar on most of my produce and actual unscented soap on anything with a rind. Melons can be big vectors for salmonella and E. coli. I also wipe down and wash the tops of cans. My store isn't dirty, but I've seen mouse droppings on cans of soup at various stores. Great. Now I'm going to be washing every can that I monkey with. Fantastic. It probably is a good idea. All right, if you're handy or halfway handy, basic locksmith stuff isn't hard. Half of all the locksmiths out there are drill and replace smiths. I see people posting on the locksmith subreddit, did I get scammed? Well, you paid $300 for a $45 deadbolt because they drilled and destroyed yours. I actually need to do a little repair job on the door to the basement bedroom because I didn't lock it, but one of the kids did one time, and it was a door that took an actual key that I didn't have the key for, so had to figure out how to get in. The trim, I guess, on that door, tiny bit messed up, but I've gotten to be fairly handy, fix some holes in the walls and things like that I did not do. Let's see. I work in finance, literally read everything. There's so much fine print people skip over, which could always save or ruin your situation. That kind of stuff makes me nervous too. Like when I refinanced my house, I've done it before, so I'm just like, sign. Just get me out of here. Just get me out of this office as fast as possible. What'd they do to me? What'd they do to me in that paperwork? This person says teachers hate getting coffee mugs as gifts, so don't waste your money doing that. Full coverage does not exist. You want comprehensive and collision, don't do minimum limits on insurance. And for the love of God, get homeowners or renters insurance. I thought if you're buying a home, you have to have homeowners insurance. But yeah, don't even get me started on vehicle insurance. I'm so fed up because of the situation my daughter's going through. Oh, I probably need to try to call him today. Oh, I hate insurance companies. They are the worst. All right. Well, the morning's moving by at a decent pace at least. Got that going on. I'll see what else I can find to talk about, all right? Hang on. All right, I think it's a good time to do a little bit of Cue the Outrage.
Now might be a really good time for you to get angry.
That's my secret, Cat. I'm always angry.
Saw this one right before bed last night. Well, I guess it was at bedtime when I was dinking around on my phone instead of just laying there trying to get to sleep. Anyhow, Rockstar Games has announced that there will be an extended look at Grand Theft Auto 6 happening. It's going down on the 27th at 3 p.m. Eastern Time. What day of the week is that? Let's see, 27th, Thursday. Interesting date. I'm going to be stuck at work, so I guess I know what I'll be doing at 1 p.m. our time. That would be logging into Netflix to take a look at the extended look at Grand Theft Auto 6. What does extended look mean? I don't know if they're premiering it on Netflix. Maybe it's a pretty decent length video. The trailers we've seen so far were what, maybe a minute or two? A lot of people are mad about this. And you'd go, why? You know, people been complaining for months. We want trailer number 3. We want to see more. Here's why they're mad. Because it's on Netflix. And you gotta pay. They're hiding this preview content behind a paywall. I think I read that it's going to be on YouTube later in the day anyway. I don't know if that's true. Don't quote me on that. But it's the internet, everybody. You know that there's going to be somewhere you can find it. Somewhere you can watch it. Somebody's going to upload it to YouTube or Facebook or Twitter or something. But people are mad. Well, I have an overpriced Netflix account myself, so I suppose I can go ahead and just give it a look. I'll have to log in here at work and give it the old look. But I would just say be a little patient, and you're going to be able to find somewhere to watch it. All right? Don't need to have an online meltdown. Sorry, I just remembered right before I jumped on air on this break, I was multitasking. I was talking with JD, and I noticed something funny that I'm gonna have to tell Becca about. Somebody blocked me on Facebook. What a pansy! What a pansy! Anyway, there's some real losers out there, people. Try to not hang out with losers, and don't make excuses for people who are pieces of garbage, okay? There you go, JD, a little Judas Priest delivering the goods. What up, everybody? Welcome to Friday. Oh, God, I'm happy it's Friday. Even though I had yesterday off. Can always use more days off. Got to move to that 32-hour work week. Come on, boss man. All right, I shouldn't complain about the boss man. At least the boss man around here is not a moron like, well, whoever's in charge over at KCAL in California. Legendary classic rock station, KCAL, just fired every single DJ on its radio station to move all in on an automated, humanless future. Yeah, they're just gonna be a jukebox. Just playing songs, not having to put up with any yapping from anybody like me. I'm sure their station's going to the top of the ratings with that plan. What a bunch of morons. Radio management can be so terrible. I've dealt with a number of radio managers over the years who clearly saw no value in what we do on air as on-air personalities. I'm telling you, a jukebox is not going to draw listeners in, okay? It is 2026. And despite the fact that there are study after study after study showing that in 2026, and it's been this way for a number of years, the main reason people listen to radio is because of the personalities. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and pat myself on the back. Good job, Viktor. You do good job. Good boy. But radio management, do you think they care about studies? No. It's all about that bottom line, keeping things in the black. And, well, what can we do to try to make more money? Nah, we don't need to try to make more money. Let's just fire people. Let's just cut costs. I gotta continue getting my paycheck. So that, midday host, let's get rid of. I mean, these guys got rid of everyone. What a bunch of morons. Absolute morons. If you want an automated humanless playlist, there are about 10 billion places you can go get one in 2026. You could go fire up YouTube and just let it run. You can fire up Spotify. You can fire up Pandora or Apple Music. You know what the only difference between all of those jukebox platforms and what we do is? Yeah, me, the DJ who sits there and talks to you. I don't know. I joined this business at the wrong time. Why couldn't I have gotten into radio in the 80s when you got, paid a respectable wage to be a DJ? I mean, people made a lot of money in radio back in the day. Wish it was that way still. I better be careful here. I don't want management thinking I'm complaining about them. No, we got DJs here, all right? We have people in the building. KCAL, you suck. Yeah, not the station itself, just the owners who decided, oh, this is going to work. We'll just play a bunch of music. Idiots. Is the downfall of us all the world's obsession with true crime? Becca and I have been watching so much true crime lately. It's just kind of crazy. I do enjoy watching true crime, okay? I don't act like, I'm being forced to sit here through these documentaries. No, I watch them. But what's weird is so many of them seem to come out of Utah or Idaho. Like, what is going on in Utah? Utah's worse than here. But, both of these states, we got some weird, wacky, disgusting people around here that do some horrible acts and really kind of cast a shame onto the region. I don't even remember the one we started last night, but it was weird. Some of them are so mind-boggling. We were watching, what was this guy's name? Homicide Hunter? All right. So, Homicide Hunter is a man named Lieutenant Joe Kenda. All right. We're watching this yesterday. Decided to take a break from chores. Let's watch Homicide Hunter. And I don't remember what the episode was even about. It was a murder. Generally, Homicide Hunter. So, the host, this guy, Lieutenant Joe Kenda, he was the most awkward host I think I may have seen on any kind of TV show. Like, he stares directly into the camera, and I'm going to have to find some clips of this guy for later on the show. Because just the way he talks and some of the one-off things that he'd start babbling on about things that had nothing to do with anything that was happening in the story. But they left it in when they edited it for some reason. At one point, he's talking about being stressed about the case he's working on. And he's like, yeah, I was smoking a lot. I was just firing up cigarettes. And so I'm sitting there smoking and just thinking and smoking and thinking. And between all the smoking and thinking and blah, blah. And it was just out of nowhere, very kind of awkward. And toward the end, he's talking about it was a cold case that ended up taking 30 years to solve. Toward the end, because he's retired now, he's like, well, when they caught the guy, they could either, put him through the legal system or wrap him in barbed wire and bury him in a ditch. Barbed wire in the ditch is the route I'd prefer. It's like, well, did he really just encourage wrapping someone up in barbed wire? Gotta watch more Homicide Hunter. Pulling up the show online. They've got numerous episodes. At least 2. Holy cow, this show ran for 12 years? That would be a lot more than 2 episodes. They had 8 seasons with this guy? I'm going to be laughing for days. I'm sorry. When you're watching a true crime documentary about like a horrible, disgusting crime, but every time the host comes on, you just start laughing, something's a little bit off. I mean, I appreciate him throwing in this guy for the little bit of humor, because when you're watching true crime and it's all disgusting, sometimes you need a little bit of a chuckle to break things up a bit. I just didn't expect the host to be the guy. He's going into K-Bear imaging for sure. Let it begin, freak news. All right. That could not really be the name of this fashion brand. I guess it is. You want to spend a lot of money on clothes? From the Paris-based high-end fashion house named Fecal Matter? Yeah, that's the name of their fashion company. Fecal Matter. I think it's funny. Do they sell t-shirts that just say fecal matter? Because I'd wear that, and then I'd be fashionable as well. Mm-hmm. Okay. I mean, I guess a lot of celebrities rocking the fecal matter. The reason this is in the news is because Zendaya was asked what she was wearing for the Odyssey premiere in New York. And her stylist was like, well, of course, fecal matter. What? Oh, the line of dresses. Okay. All right. Let's see. What else do we have here? The infuriating 100 milliliter airport liquid rule is just security theater, Harvard expert claims. Yeah, 100 milliliters is not a lot of liquid, okay? I remember one time I was flying out of Vegas, and I had one of those like mini water bottles. I don't know how much liquid it held, 6 ounces, something like that. And it was in my my CPAP bag. Just forgot it was there. It came from the hotel or something. And so they pull it out and they're like, oh, well, you're not allowed to have this. I'm like, oh, I'm sorry. I didn't realize that was in there. And they're like, well, oh, is it for your CPAP? And then I was like, well, no, it's drinking water. And they're like, oh, okay, well, let's throw it away. But had I said, yeah, it's for my CPAP, would they have just let me take it? It's kind of like the whole, take off your shoes and this and that. I don't know. We've been following those stupid rules for 20 years. And yeah, more and more security experts are coming out going, yeah, this is just kind of silly. All right. You know why they have that rule, in my opinion? So that you have to spend like $8 on a bottle of water when you walk into the airport. And I know there were, laws passed at some point that airports were supposed to have competitive pricing to, what it's like outside of the airport. Yeah, none of them are doing it. And what I find funny is the big city airports, much better deal than some of the smaller cities. I won't throw any particular cities under the bus, but, I flew out of a smaller city airport not that long ago, and yeah, the worst prices in an airport I had seen in years. It was absurd. And I'm sure many of you have flown out of that same airport. All right, what else do we got here? Have you been to Universal Studios Hollywood recently? Well, if so, you may have been exposed to measles since, we've gone back 50 years and now we have measles outbreaks. Apparently somebody visited Universal Studios Hollywood last month and potentially exposed others to the virus. If you have measles, how about you stay home, huh? How about you don't go to one of the most packed places in Southern California? Now, if you've had measles recently or previously or are vaccinated, you're probably fine. But yeah, if you have not had your measles vaccine and were rocking the Harry Potter rides in Harry Potter Land, well, you might need a little bit more than a magic wand to deal with the symptoms that might be coming your way. So just be aware. There are idiots out there who don't know how to stay home when they're sick. Okay, we got another guy who ripped down some flock cameras. This guy was out of Virginia, and 20,000 people donating to his GoFundMe. So weird how certain crimes, just everybody will get right behind it, and they're like, all right. You know what? When it comes to the law, I generally follow it, but now, no. So, yeah, I think his legal fund is covered. Looked like that was going to be the case for that guy in Pocatello, too. At least last I checked, people were kicking him down Venmo. All right. Exclusive from Radar Online. Enraged, Charles Manson allegedly went berserk and attacked doctor in last moments before his death. Been watching a lot of true crime, like I mentioned earlier. He was pretty old, right? You got some withered away old man try to, I'm sure the doctor didn't have much problem dealing with him. But, yeah, you'd think that when you're dealing with medical procedures with Charles Manson, you'd, tie him down or... Oh, he had armbands. He ripped them off. He was going... Well, he's Charles Manson. He's an idiot. He's a psycho. And he's dead. Good riddance. Well, been watching way too much true crime. I'm like, we were going through the grocery store yesterday, and we saw a guy, and if this is one of our listeners, I'm sorry. All right, I apologize in advance, but we're at the grocery store yesterday, and there's this guy wearing a full-on winter coat, and it was one of the long ones that, goes down past your knees. Puffy, full-on, he's dressed for the middle of February. It was 100 degrees outside yesterday. I was outside from the truck to the store, and I'm like, ugh. Get in there, and this guy, he was bundled up. I'm like, that guy's a serial killer. He's got to be. He actually kind of looked like that guy from the Moscow, Idaho college killings. He did kind of look like that guy. But it wasn't that guy. And I'm sorry if, again, that was one of our listeners. Maybe, he was in the produce section where it's slightly refrigerated. Maybe he was cold. Maybe he's not an AC guy. Maybe he took the coat off when he went outside. But I tell you what, I was wearing a coat like that and went outside yesterday, I would have puked everywhere. Ugh, way too hot for that. All right. We are rolling toward 8, thankfully. And again, Lieutenant Crane's calling in for traffic school today, so I'm really going to need your help, people. Get those questions ready for traffic school powered by the Advocates, kicking off at 8:45. Number to call is going to be 208-535-1015. All right, let's go. Been talking a lot about true crime on the show today because just been watching relentless documentaries about true crime. Listener called me and reminded me there's this thing coming up in September, the Serial Killer Speakeasy. Now, it sounds kind of pricey, but he said he thought it was pretty cool. Tickets are like $55. And it must be a popular event because most of the showings are sold out. It's happening September 4th and 5th. Where's this going to be at? At the Deck, the downtown event center in Idaho Falls. So what this is a chilling, immersive experience where 4 infamous stories unfold live on stage, like stepping inside your favorite true crime podcast, but with premium cocktails, an ominous atmosphere, and a killer twist. So yeah, they tell the stories of Ted Bundy, Jeffrey Dahmer, John Wayne Gacy, and Ed Gein. And they've got a curated tasting menu of 4 delicious themed cocktails paired perfectly with each tale. Immersive theater for the morbidly curious. 90-minute event. And the guy I talked to, he's like, don't pregame before you go if you do. He's like, they make them drinks strong. So, imagine you go out to a bar and order 4 cocktails. That's $55 and you don't even get it. Well, you might get a story. Got somebody at the bar sitting next to you just babbling incessantly about nonsense. Yeah, no, I'd rather go to the serial killer speakeasy. Shut up and listen to the story. Trying to, hear a story I've heard plenty of times about Ted Bundy. All right? Might have to go to this. But the only showings left, let's see, 10 p.m. on a Friday night. That's really late for me. Noon or 2 o'clock on a Saturday. That's more up my alley. I'll have to talk to Becca, see if she wants to go. Oh, it seemed like there was something else coming up. Somebody asked me to go to, or when is Seven Dust happening? Where am I? What planet am I on? What is life? I don't know. So I'm going to take a break, but yeah, I better talk with Becca about that because this looks like it's about sold out, and I think we should go. Have to see if that's our weekend with her daughter. Probably not the place to take her daughter. Not enough songs out there with doo-doo in the lyrics. Props to Incubus on that one for ending with lots of doo-doo. All right. Speaking of doo-doo, this guy's a piece of doo-doo. Aaron Farinacci. This is the guy who lit the fire that devastated Spokane, Washington. This guy, he's gonna be away for a while. He's got a $2 million bond, and I guess he was bragging it up about the beautiful fires that he started in the past. It's not his first one. He's like, yes, I've set at least 25 beautiful fires. That was the line I swear I saw, but there it is. Connections to 25 other fires since July 25th. This guy just out there lighting it all up. Oh, what a piece of garbage. Some people need hobbies. Some people need a pal or something. This is ridiculous. So anyway, I hope Spokane's doing better. I saw a horrific video out of Spokane recently. But the fires are raging everywhere. Over in Oregon, the hotel made famous by The Shining might be at risk of burning down, the Timberline Lodge. Now, the Timberline Lodge was not the actual hotel that inspired Stephen King to write The Shining. That was just the exterior, shot they used for the hotel in the movie, the Timberline Lodge. It's a place I've always wanted to stay just because of its ties to The Shining. But I think I'd want to go to the real Overlook Hotel. Yeah, the Stanley Hotel in Estes Park, Colorado. And they do a lot of really cool events. Like earlier we were talking about the serial killer speakeasy. These guys do a bunch of different, of course, Stephen King related activities and horror related activities and things like that. But just to stay at the hotel that inspired The Shining, I think would be really cool, even though it does not look creepy whatsoever. It looks very beautiful. So, one of these days, when I quit taking off, a day of work because, Lindsey Stirling's show was just too hardcore for me, melted my brain, gave me vertigo and a headache. One of these days when I stop taking off work and build up enough PTO, maybe I'll get a special package and take Becca to Colorado. We'll go to the Stanley Hotel. Be pretty sweet. All right. Hopefully the Timberline Lodge does not burn down. I hope we can get these fires under control, but it is going to be hot. Please don't be an idiot, okay? Don't be setting off fireworks. Don't be failing to extinguish your campfire. I think there's a burn ban. I'd have to check on that. But basically, if it's fire related and you're near something flammable, stop it. Okay, put the flames out. Where are my sunglasses when I need them? I mean, it's almost night in here.
Yeah?
Always.
I feel like you guys intentionally sabotaged this mic to make us sound a whole lot fatter than we actually are.
That mic sounds fine.
Yesterday on the noon hour, Jeff was on the noon hour with me, of course, and he was just sitting here, and I can hear him breathing the entire time because this noise gate is like completely off, I think.
Oh, yeah, we discovered that last week. We need to get Jade in here to monkey with stuff. Is he here?
I haven't seen him.
I haven't seen him yet either. I mean, he's hard to spot. If he stands sideways, you can't see him.
Right. Flat Stanley, meet Jade.
Yeah. So, Peaches, I'm sorry I wasn't here yesterday.
That's okay.
I woke up in the morning and my head was just pounding and like swollen, and I had a little bit of like slight vertigo action going on. I went to a show that was just way too hardcore for me. Just like when I went to Death Clock, just like Sleep Token, flashing lights, man, and shredding. I just am getting too old. I can't handle shows like Lindsey Stirling. Jeez. I couldn't believe how miserable I woke up feeling yesterday. And I had one beverage, just one. Not even enough for a buzz. And the show was great. Have you ever seen her live?
No.
She's nuts.
I don't even know who she is.
Okay, I'm sure you've heard her around Christmas time. She generally does Christmas shows, so I had heard she was coming to town, but I assumed it was in the winter.
This is like the 5th time she's been here too.
Yeah, she's been here a lot of times. I think she's from Utah. I can't remember.
So everybody's like so excited that this
she's very
local
popular
person's coming to the area.
Yeah.
Okay.
So first time I've seen her. And the show was crazy. It was not as crazy as Trans-Siberian Orchestra.
Oh, that's one of the best shows ever.
But it was, like just a step down from that. There were so many different things going on the stage, various performers, and it got weird. It got like heavy at times. Like, I'm sure there were some people in the crowd that are used to her Christmas shows that showed up. And between PVRIS and, her, some of those heavy moments probably scared the crap out of some of the people in the crowd. It was awesome. It was awesome. And she, she's a violin,
a violinist?
Prodigy.
Aficionado?
And she's, really good, super skilled. But the whole show, she's, running and dancing, and then you saw the video where she's flying up into the sky, spinning around in circles. She's all upside down.
That's how we should have been for the intro for Papa Roach.
I know. And the only thing that disappointed me about this show is when I go to a show and, I'm obviously in better physical shape and peak conditioning than the artist that's headlining the show. I could easily just run back and forth and dance and do big kicks and spin around, and I wasn't very impressed with the physicality. Dude, I'll tell you what, watching that woman on stage made me feel like the laziest piece of crap ever. Like, how does she keep going? Sit still.
I mean, you just got to keep doing that over and over and over again, and all of a sudden your body's used to it.
I guess. Like, she didn't, as far as I could tell, she didn't even break a sweat. Yeah, it was wild.
From what I saw, it looked like she was half naked, so it wasn't like the clothing was restricting her.
Again, there were some kind of risque moments in the show that, again, I think she's trying to kind of branch out and, get a little bit wilder. And so I would imagine some of the things in that show were probably surprising to a number of the people in the crowd.
Once people leave Utah and Idaho, they're like, oh, like, I grew up in a bubble. And then they go out there and then they all of a sudden become, more loose.
Yeah. So there was one point when she came out and she had what looked like a goat's head on a stick.
Oh, yeah.
Or something. And it was all red, like all the lighting was red. I mean, it looked evil. But then all the lights come on and it was like all these like jungle animals and things like that.
What if she had like Lorna Shore play all of a sudden? Just out of nowhere, she's playing violin for To the Heck Fire.
To the Heck Fire. Yeah, dude, and PVRIS was a great opener, too. I almost saw them play live once with Poppy, but I missed that tour. It was a surprisingly great show, but I didn't hear about it till day of. And was like, that's happening tonight?
Oh, you're one of those people? I had no idea that Lindsey Stirling was coming to the area.
Yeah, I didn't know till that day, till somebody stopped by and was asking you about the show. And I'm like, that's today? And then my dentist was talking about it, too, because they were going to the show. And I know Becca loves Lindsey Stirling, so I was like, well, okay, I guess now I have to go.
Becca surprises me with her music taste.
She's all over the place.
She wants to go to these country shows, and I would not expect that of her.
Oh, yeah, she loves certain country artists, but she loves crushing brutal metal, too. She likes hippie reggae crap, Stick figure.
Pay me to listen to reggae. My friends got mad at me one time because there was like a few guys that were walking down the hiking trail with a speaker blasting this crap reggae, and I was like, it's always the people with the loudest speakers playing the I'll say crappiest music, and they were like, oh, we love reggae. I'm like, yeah, because you guys are stoners. Like, it's just that's the only people that can tolerate it.
It's got to be the worst being a guitar player in a reggae band.
It's gonna be awful to be in a reggae band overall.
I mean, geez.
The smell of marijuana every night from the crowd. You got that going on.
Well, I'm pretty sure the reggae bands probably don't mind and are partaking themselves.
They have to adapt that stupid hippie attitude. They put the Birkenstocks on and the Hawaiian shirts, go up on stage.
Yeah, I want to see somebody dressed up in full-on corpse paint, black metal style, but they get up and they play reggae music.
What if it is like the messaging of black metal but reggae?
Well, dude, that guy's Stick figure that Becca listens to quite often. I got to listening to the lyrics one day, and I'm like, this is the emoest reggae stuff I've ever heard. He's just sad. I want to find paradise. I just want to go home. I'm like, somebody give this guy a hug. What's his problem? You're in a reggae band, dude. Aren't you just high all the time
I know
and
there's
laughing?
Aurora Wave, of course. That's the reggae group that brings in metal musicians, and they get somewhat heavy sometimes. Like they had the Ghost Inside screaming over a reggae beat, which did not sound good at all.
Yeah, it sounds like a weird blend.
Imagine a steel drum, and then you got some guy going.
All right, I caved. I renewed my driver's license online. It wasn't too bad. It was $30. But I think I need to do my plates as well. Plates you might be able to get away with a little bit better because you don't have to have the sticker on them anymore. That's what I forgot to ask Lieutenant Crane when we were doing traffic school powered by the advocates. That's why we're putting in these license plate readers, isn't it? Because we're doing away with the stickers. Yeah. So then they can just scan your plate and go, oh, we got an expired plate here. Time to drag somebody to the side of the road and give them a ticket. So I know my license plates need renewed as well. I suppose I should probably take a look at that. The bills never end, and $30. I know that now that I ordered that ID, it's gonna show up. We'll be cleaning house after I get off work, and the ID is going to show up since I dropped the money. So, all right, you ready for the weekend, Peaches?
Once we finally get there, yeah.
All right.
I got a remote, by the way. If any Caber listeners want to show up to Chocolate Plunge, their brand new location in Idaho Falls will be there from 11 to 1.
Chocolate Plunge?
Yeah.
What is that all about?
I'm going to be there as Brendan Peach from Z103. So
very nice.
Yeah. It's going to be the same me, just my actual name and not Peaches.
So I recall seeing their booth at Riverfest, and they did have some really good-looking stuff, Peaches.
Well, if you use the app, it's 50% off all day.
Tomorrow. I could probably use some of these delicious-looking treats that I'm looking at on their website.
I want you to take a chocolate-covered banana and pose with it, so that way I can post you on social media.
Okay. Well, but I was going to make...
It was a little weird. Okay, I'll do it for the camera.
I was going to make those hot dog videos, but I guess I could do a chocolate
hot dog
banana.
videos.
Didn't Jade send you the video of a guy who was eating hot dogs whole? He was just swallowing them whole?
No, he doesn't send me that stuff. He sends me the videos of what he thinks is me on a plane with the smelly foods to annoy everybody else.
Oh, okay. Yeah, in this video, this guy was just eating hot dogs straight, swallowing them whole, and he ate 25 of them. And then in the video, only one came back up, but it came back out whole. And it was really funny because it looked like one of those videos you watch in reverse, you know? It's just this whole hot dog.
I freaked out. Okay, this might get a little gross. I'll try my best to work around it.
Okay.
I had one of those Larry and Lenny vegan cookies.
Okay.
I was like, I want a cookie, but I want it to be somewhat healthy.
Vegan doesn't necessarily mean healthy.
No kidding. But I went to Winco and I got one no matter what, just because. And it's the white chocolate macadamia nut, which is my favorite.
All right.
The white chocolate chips don't digest at all.
They came out whole?
They came
like
out
corn?
like in the business. And I was like, what happened here? It looks like the cookie. Like,
okay, I almost made a real bad joke. The gift that keeps on giving.
That's
okay.
right.
Anyway,
can't waste food.
It's still good. Okay. Well,
once grocery prices reach that high, then that's when I'll start doing what you just.
Yeah, I think a lot of people are unaware that like vegan foods and like gluten-free foods and things like that. If you need them for a specialty diet, if you've got allergies and things like that, you got to do it. But if you're doing it just to be healthy, gluten-free foods are generally packed with tons of extra sugar and things to make them not taste like crap.
Right.
Because gluten's delicious. So just keep that in mind. If you have a gluten intolerance, celiac disease, things like that, it's causing you actual problems. You got to do what you got to do. But
does a doctor ever say, hey, you should be vegan? Or is it more so just like plant-based?
Well, I think
is it the same thing?
I think that there may be some type of diseases you can get in things like, what is it, Lyme disease, where you can't eat red meat anymore or something like that? I don't know. You could develop allergies, I would imagine, to like red meat or chicken, or I think you can develop allergies to just about anything. So I don't know if doctors would recommend a straight vegan diet. Maybe if you'd probably have to talk to a dietitian. Because you're going to need to get your proteins and things, which I think you can get from beans.
I was about to say, I talked about it on the show yesterday. Mr. Rogers apparently was a known vegetarian.
Yeah.
And he would only eat he would have like tofu and lentils, and he would eat tofu burgers and lentil burgers. And according to his widow, this was posted like 2 days ago on Vice, he was a known farter in public, and he loved just farting out in public. And I was just imagining you hear that, neighbor? Like, it's just him in that sweater vest. Like, you would never believe Mr. Rogers just farted in front of you, like at a Kohl's,
Yeah. I liked when people were sending around those photoshopped pictures of Mr. Rogers years ago that showed him like all sleeved out with tattoos.
Oh, because people thought he had tattoo sleeves.
Yeah, but that he always just covered them up with his nice suit coat.
And then he also like killed people in Vietnam or something. Like, there was all these like crazy, absurd rumors. There was a story that the last podcast on the left talked about that I wish we could talk about on the air here. We will have to talk about it off the air, of course. It's insane.
Okay.
What this world has come to.
I've listened to some recent last podcast, like side stories.
It might be the one that you might be thinking of it.
Did it involve something like a rubber band?
It involved the dollar store. They posted a video about it yesterday, about how there's these
I haven't seen that.
types of assaults happening in Dollar Tree. And my friends and I were questioning, how do you pull that off? It's
okay. Yeah, that one I had not seen, but I'll go to the last podcast, Facebook or Instagram. I guess probably Instagram, and give it a look. All right. Well, Peaches, let's get out of here for a bit. And
yeah, I got to prepare for my interview with Eric Bickerstaff of Loathe.
Very cool, man. That's a good snag. And,
I'm still kind of worried about about the whole thing going over well, because I was looking at this other radio DJ's interview and people are dogging on this guy in the comments, going like, "You asked about the album, the same old stuff for the first 20 minutes. This is a dumb interview."
Jeez, God, get it together. Yeah, I did reach out to Showing Teeth's people, and I'm working on trying to get myself out of my rut and get back in the interview game.
Good.
So lining up some Showing Teeth, and then I'm going to head up to Spencer. I've been working a little bit on the studio at home. My computer was cooperating with me yesterday, so that's good.
I was going to say, the faster you can get that interview, the better.
Yeah.
And post that everywhere.
Exactly. So they did hit me back today, and hopefully that'll be coming your way soon. All right. Peaches and I are out. We'll be back at noon. Don't go anywhere. Thank you again for tuning in to The Viktor Welch Show. This program is a production of Riverbend Media Group. To contact the show or for more information, hit us up at riverbendmediagroup.com.